Yo, what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to another great episode, another great video of the Wrestling Takeover podcast in audio form. I appreciate y'all tapping in, and this is undoubtedly the most creative and honest podcast in the wrestling space today. I have a great WWE casual conversation. We're gonna have a great video episode for you guys today. We are going to be talking about WWE Saturday Night's main event. We're going to be talking about a lot of things WWE related, but I got a lot that I want to get off my chest in terms of the WWE product. So tap in and enjoy this brand new video.
Welcome to...
You're listening to the Wrestling Takeover.
What is your name?
With your host, Jordan Turner, who's always gonna keep it real.
Come on, King.
Inside and outside the ring.
Let me make myself clear. He's got the fans behind him, King.
It's time to take over, King.
Are you ready? He's all fired up now, King. The Takeover.
Let's go.
Let's get it. What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the Wrestling Takeover podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Turner. Welcome back to a brand new audio discussion video. We got a lot that I want to talk about with you guys, and we are going to kick things off on this great WWE casual conversation. WWE lacks excitement for me right now. That's the title of this video. I want to talk to you guys about a couple things, okay? I seen a video earlier on TikTok, and this person put out on TikTok, Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown are boring and repetitive, which needs to change. I'm sitting there and I'm watching Monday Night Raw. You feel me? I'm watching Monday Night Raw. I'm saying to myself, for the majority of the show, I'm pretty bored. With what has been transpiring. Now, the reason why I wanted to start off with this topic is because I've been seeing it on TikTok. I've been seeing it on X. A lot of people are feeling like WWE is kind of repetitive right now. We're in this alone stage of after WrestleMania. You feel me? And a lot of people feel like, just keeping it real with y'all, keeping it real, people feel like WWE right now is boring. Not everybody feels that way. I want to make that perfectly clear. Not everybody feels that way, but there are some that are out there who feel like the WWE product is pretty boring right now. And I'm not going to lie, I'm one of those people. Now, there are things that the WWE is doing that I'm very interested in. But WWE is in this lull period where their mentality, you can kind of see it through the TV screen. You can see that the WWE's mentality is, man, we're doing everything right now. Everything's popping. Everything's going. The business is booming. We're feeling ourselves. We're doing our thing. No matter what we put out, the fans are going to like it. That might not be the case. Like I said, a lot of people feel like WWE is repetitive. WWE is boring right now. We're waiting until SummerSlam. We're waiting until Money in the Bank. There's not really a lot of hype going into Money in the Bank right now because we got Saturday night's main event, which I will do a preview and predictions of later on in this video. So stay tuned for that. But there is just a lot that WWE is kind of putting out right now that's kind of repetitive. You can kind of feel it when you watch the show. I'm just being real with you guys, giving you guys my opinion. I feel like WWE is repetitive. What's going on right now? So it's funny that a lot of people are feeling that way. It's great to know that I'm not the only one that feels that way. I'm not saying I hate everything that's going on in terms of the WWE, because that's not true. That is not true. But I feel like in terms of the overall product, it's pretty dull for me personally. Maybe you guys out there think differently, and that's okay. But I just wanted to start off that, give y'all my opinion on just what I think about the WWE product as a whole, just very quickly. we're going to get into Saturday night's main event. Talk about something that I am not really all that interested in. I will tune in for it. I will not be doing a review. I am not reviewing the show, but the card looks pretty interesting. Not going to lie. So the current match card right now for Saturday night's main event this Saturday, Jey Uso versus Logan Paul for the World Heavyweight Championship. The winner of this is going to go one-on-one with Gunther in 2 weeks following this event. Now, we know that Jey Uso is probably going to win this match. They are going to continue the feud between Jey Uso and Gunther. WWE can do a shocker and have Logan Paul win, no doubt. They definitely could. Do I see that happening? No, I don't see that happening, but it's a possibility. You know, we never know. Anything can happen. So we look at things right now and where we stand in terms of, you feel me, the product and Saturday night's main event. I feel like Jey Uso is going to win this match. He's going to retain. And then he's going to go on to face Gunther in 2 weeks. Is Jey Uso's title reign going to end here? I don't know. And that's a lot of things. That's a lot of people's, I would say, feeling right now with the WWE product. Oh, I don't know. I don't know where they're going. It's kind of shaky ground, I would say, in terms of where WWE currently is constructed. You feel me? I feel like Jey Uso's run as world champion it's been okay at best. He's very over. You feel me? He's very over with the crowd, but as an overall world champion, it's been okay. Hasn't been the worst, but it's been okay. Hasn't been the best. They definitely could do a title change to shock the world here. I don't think they're going to do that. I think Jey Uso is going to win this. And I don't know why I feel how I'm feeling right now, but I could see Logan Paul costing Gunther the match when he eventually, hopefully, we don't know, but I'm assuming that Jey Uso is going to retain against Logan Paul. Logan Paul is going to be pissed. He's going to see that Gunther is potentially going to win back the world title, and he's going to cost Gunther the match, getting a Gunther and Logan Paul rivalry. Or Bill Goldberg is going to come in. He's going to screw over Gunther, and we're going to get that one-on-one match between Bill Goldberg and Gunther. I don't know. But I think one of those two things are going to happen here. But as of now, Jey Uso is going to retain against Logan Paul. A lot of hate that I've been seeing with Logan Paul. I don't care for the man personally. Then again, he didn't do nothing to me, so why am I hating on him? No reason at all. His in-ring ability, you know, I keep it real on the podcast. I keep it P. I never bullshit anybody. I don't. That's just not how I'm wired. When I come on here and I give my opinion on the product, I never bullshit anybody. What the fuck is up with the hate for Logan Paul? I don't understand it. In terms of his in-ring ability. Like, y'all are haters out there who are just hating on Logan Paul just because. Like, I don't get y'all niggas. Like, I don't get y'all. For real. Y'all hating on Logan Paul for no reason at all. Really. No reason at all. In my personal opinion. You guys are just hating just to hate. And there's no reason for you to hate on Logan Paul. That's just me. Now, you know, Logan Paul, is he going to win the world title? Is he ever going to win the world title? I don't know. People were skeptical of Jey Uso winning the world title. So how are people going to feel if Logan Paul wins the world title? I don't think that's going to sit well with a lot of people. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's Jey Uso versus Logan Paul. John Cena versus R-Truth. Non-title. John Cena is not losing. He's going to cheat to beat R-Truth. We're going to keep it pushing with that. Drew McIntyre going one-on-one with Damian Priest inside of a steel cage. It's going to be great. This is going to be great. I've been loving the feud between McIntyre and Damian Priest. I think they're going to kill it. Hopefully we get some blood. We get some color in this match. The winner, I think McIntyre is going to win this. I'm going to go with McIntyre, but Damian Priest, I do feel needs this because he's kind of lost a little bit of momentum right now. I don't know where either men go after this. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know where either man goes, but we'll see what happens. And then we got CM Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. Now, I don't want to jump to conclusions and start being negative for the sake of being negative. All I'm going to say is this. I know the Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker stuff has just started. I understand. We have to wait and see how really it's going to look. People are saying they would rather see Roman Reigns in this spot than Seth Rollins. It feels weird that Roman Reigns is not in this spot and Seth Rollins is. To each their own. I think Seth Rollins is great. I think Seth Rollins is going to go down as one of the most underappreciated, undervalued WWE superstars of all time. I just feel that way. We don't really know where this is going. I don't know if they're doing it week to week, if they have a long-term plan, a long-term vision for this. But for right now, there's not a lot that I, as a fan, can really give a deep dive conversation about. You know, we know the mission statement. Seth Rollins wants the world title. He's going to do everything he can to win that title. You know what I mean? Braun Breaker is more of the muscle. Paul Heyman is going to push him to the stratosphere. If you work with Paul Heyman, you're going to be pushed very well. And I feel like that's their mission statement. What their goal is to bring the world title to the group. Okay, I get that. But in the middle of all of it, you know, I'm not really, how do I put this? I'm not really all that invested into what we're getting right now with Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins, and Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman is the greatest of all time. So it's pretty disrespectful of me to judge very quickly of Paul Heyman. So I'm not going to do that. But my ears are perked, and I'm kind of like, where are we going with this? You know what I mean? Hopefully they have a plan to where they're going to go with this, and it's not just a week-to-week thing that they're just trying to come up with scenarios and they're just trying to come up with ideas, you know what I mean, on the fly. So we'll see what happens. I'm very interested to see how it's going to go moving forward. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where things head regarding Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Seth Rollins. So we'll wait and see. Sami Zayn and CM Punk. You know, they're going to be in the world title mix. I believe Sami Zayn will eventually be in the world title mix. This kind of seems like a rehash, man. I'm just being honest. This seems like it's going to be a rehash of the summer. And this is going to be the biggest storyline, quote unquote, of the summer for the WWE on Monday Night Raw. And as of now, I'm not really all that interested into what we're getting with it. But I'm willing to sit and be patient and see where this is going to go before I give my just overall evaluation of what we've been getting so far. All right. I mean, the wrestling fans have very, you know, thick skin, but at the same time too, they want things like immediately. And I understand that. You know, there's a difference between doing long-term booking, but actually having a plan for the long-term booking and having a conclusion to ending the story. And then there's doing long-term booking, knowing that you don't know how you want to end it and where you want to go. You're just going to continue on until you come up with the ending, a conclusion. You feel me? You've seen that from Triple H from time to time. WWE from a business is booming, but from a TV product, especially Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw has a standard. You feel me? They have a standard because of the Netflix deal and because they're Monday Night Raw. They have a standard, and right now they're not really meeting that standard. It kind of feels that WWE right now's overall product is pretty dull with some good things here and there. Monday Night Raw, though, honestly, it really hasn't been must-see. It has not been appointment TV, in my personal opinion. So we'll wait and see. Like I said, guys, I'm still going to be cranking out those weekly Raw reviews, but I'm not really feeling what WWE is doing currently right now. Let's get into the next topic. Let's get into the next conversation. Judgment Day. We got to talk about this. And I want to start off with this. Dominic Mysterio. You feel me? This man winning in life, bro. Bro, this man's winning in life. He went from... This is crazy. I'm chilling right now, bro. I'm chilling. He went from Liv Morgan. Okay. If you stopped at Liv Morgan, I'm jealous, bro. She's a good looking woman. I'm jealous. Nope. He went from Liv Morgan to Rhea Ripley, and I'm like, oh boy. Okay. You're 2-0, bro. You're 2-0. You repeat as champ. Okay. Rhea Ripley. I think she's very attractive. That's just me. Nope. He went to somebody else too. He went to Roxanne Perez. Bruh. So you tell me right now, Dominic Mysterio, bruh. Listen, I got to give Dominic Mysterio a round of applause, bro. Like, real talk. This dude winning. You feel me? This dude's winning. How you go from Liv Morgan, bro, or you go from Rhea Ripley to Liv Morgan, now to Roxanne Perez potentially, bro. Dominic, you gotta teach us dude your formula, bro. And it's not the chicken nuggets. I know it's not the chicken nuggets, bro. It might be actually. Rhea Ripley gave him chicken nuggets. Liv Morgan gave him chicken nuggets and also seducing and seducting that dude. And then you got Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez being in Judgment Day, I do like it. I am a fan of that. I remember I came up with something where I would love to see Finn Balor and AJ Styles have their little Bullet Club group and then align Julia. I think that would be great. I did mention Roxanne Perez potentially being in that group. I don't think that's going to happen, but Roxanne Perez potentially being in Judgment Day and having two females in there, we popping with that. And I wouldn't mind, Roxanne Perez being in that group. Speaking of that group, I don't know where things are going with that group. I still stand on what I'm about to say. Carlito has no business being a part of that group. It looks odd to me. AJ Styles, JD McDonough, Penta, Cieto Mieto, and Finn Balor. They put on a clinic last night on Monday Night Raw. Delivered. It was a great tag team match. That was the best match of Monday Night Raw, in my personal opinion. But I don't know where Judgment Day is going. I don't know where the stories regarding Judgment Day is going to be located. Like, I really don't know. You feel me? Where things are going to be headed. Hopefully, we start seeing the Judgment Day actually, having some actual stories, having actual, character development in terms of where things are going to go with the Judgment Day, because we just don't know. It kind of seems that WWE is kind of plateau with the Judgment Day. Where else can you go with the Judgment Day? You feel me? Who else can you add to the group Like I said, I don't think Carlito fits in that group, but he's in the group. I feel like Finn Balor, man, I miss the Prince, the X symbol, the Prince in NXT. If you know, you know. I miss that character for Finn Balor. I would love to see that version of Finn Balor, the Prince. And I really want to see him in the singles division and give it an actual legitimate run. You feel me? I think that would be great. I know a lot of people feel like the Judgment Day has ran its course, and maybe it has. But then again, you're creative. You're on the writing team. It hasn't. I feel like you still can do a lot more from a creative aspect of the Judgment Day. And maybe that is adding a new member, and that member being Roxanne Perez. And I think that would be a great get for Roxanne Perez and for Judgment Day. Is she going to replace a Liv Morgan? Are we going to get a feud between Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez? I think that would be great. I cannot wait to see Liv Morgan's reaction when she comes back on WWE TV. That interaction is going to be really, really cool. Really, really cool to see. If Roxanne Perez is ultimately in the group, we don't know yet, but the teases are there. They're doing it for a reason. So you would assume that she's going to be a part of the group. Speaking of Roxanne Perez, speaking of the women, I want to talk about the women's Money in the Bank. And the reason why I want to talk about the women's Money in the Bank and why I'm so into it is because WWE, you have a real opportunity here to really create something special here. You got Alexa Bliss already announced. I'm praying and hoping that we get Naomi being announced for the women's Money in the Bank. And then you got Roxanne Perez, who advanced last night on Monday Night Raw. I was super ecstatic because I'm not going to hold you. I thought Becky Lynch was going to win that, and I was thinking, Becky Lynch don't need that. I will get to Becky Lynch in a little bit as well. But at the time when I seen it, I was like, Becky Lynch does not need this. So thank God Roxanne Perez won. She got the win. You feel me? Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, hopefully Naomi gets added. I'm mainly focusing on those three women. Let's start with Alexa Bliss. If she wins the match, right? The possible winners, I believe, will be Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Naomi, or Rhea Ripley. I believe that she is going to be a part of the potential winners. And I do think you got Bliss, you got Ripley, you got Naomi, and you got Perez. One of those women are winning the Money in the Bank. I'm going to say that right now. Off the cuff, raw, in your face. One of those four are winning the match. Now, we don't know if Naomi's going to be involved, but hopefully she gets added. And she's not in a match with Tiffany Stratton at Money in the Bank or at Money in the Bank for the world title. I think she needs to be a part of the Money in the Bank. That's just me. Now, if she is a part of the Money in the Bank, again, this is just me. I'm having Naomi be really in consideration to win the Money in the Bank. Now, Alexa Bliss. This could be some sort of redemption for Alexa Bliss to win the briefcase. I'm happy she's back. But you guys got to think about Charlotte Flair. WWE is doing something. I don't know what that something is between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, but the WWE is going to do something with with them. I just don't know what it is. Are they going to be in the tag team division? Maybe. They might be in the tag team division. Because why would they be tag teaming? You know what I mean? And if that is the case, I don't like that. I don't care for that. If you're new to the podcast, you're new to the YouTube channel, you're just finding the Wrestling Takeover podcast, I appreciate y'all, number one. Number two, I've stand on this for many, many years now, and I'm going to continue to say the same things. I don't care about the women's tag team titles. They do nothing for me personally. They bring no value to this viewer right here. You're creating tag teams that have nothing to do with one another. You're putting them together just because, and that doesn't quantify having an actual tag team. That is just me. Now you got Alexa Bliss and you got Charlotte Flair. Are they going to be an actual tag team? You got two of the biggest single stars and they're going to form a tag team for what? What's the mission statement? What's the reason? They're doing something with these two ladies. I don't know what it is. I'm assuming that they're going to be a tag team. But if they're not a tag team, what are you going to do with them? Okay. I just wanted to talk about that in a tangent real quick. But what if Charlotte Flair cost Alexa Bliss the Money in the Bank? That's a possibility. And then we can get that rivalry between Bliss and Flair. That's something to think about. That's really, really something to think about, y'all. So let's see. Let's wait and see. You know what I mean? What's going to happen with it? I'm very curious to see how, it's going to transpire at the end of the day. I think that, WWE has something with it. I just don't know what they're going to do with Bliss and Flair. But Flair can cost Bliss the Money in the Bank, and we can get those two ladies feuding. But if Alexa Bliss does win the Money in the Bank briefcase, I'm not going to scoff at it. I'm not going to be mad at it. She's a big-time player. I'm happy she's back. See those reactions she gets every week? It's crazy. So shout out to Alexa Bliss. Happy she's back. But she is definitely a top candidate to win the women's Money in the Bank. Let's go to Roxanne Perez. The prodigy. Roxanne Perez. She has the world, man. She has the world. She's going to be such a big deal. It's not even funny. WWE, they have Tiffany Stratton. They have Roxanne Perez. They have Julia. And soon they will have Stephanie Vaquer. Because I believe Stephanie Vaquer is going to lose the NXT Women's title to Jordynne Grace this weekend. This weekend at NXT Battleground. And when she does, she needs to go right up to the main roster. Now, where is she going to go? Raw or SmackDown? For me, if I had to pin, I'm putting her on SmackDown. Raw already has a lot of women there. A lot of top women. I think Stephanie Vaquer would fit perfectly on Friday Night SmackDown. She'd fit perfectly. Let me know what you guys think about Stephanie Vaquer potentially going on the main roster. Where would you guys like to see her on Monday Night Raw or Friday Night SmackDown? For me, I would like to see her on Friday Night SmackDown. I think they lead a little bit more bodies in terms of star power on that brand rather than Monday Night Raw, because Monday Night Raw has all the star power. And I think SmackDown needs it more than Monday Night Raw. So we'll wait and see, how that's going to transpire, how things are going to go. I think at the end of the day, though, I think Stephanie Vaquer might, if I had to guess, if I had to think, she could probably go to, SmackDown. I think SmackDown would fit perfectly with her, but wait and see what happens. She might actually beat Jordan Grace. I don't see that happening, but you never know. They could do something crazy. Shawn Michaels, he's unpredictable. So you got Roxanne Perez. You got Alexa Bliss, potentially could win the Women's Money in the Bank. Naomi is the fan favorite right now to win the Women's Money in the Bank. Now, we do not know if she's going to face Tiffany Stratton at Money in the Bank. We don't know yet. It could be Jade Cargill or it could be Naomi. Tiffany Stratton is going to face one of those people. I would rather it be Jade Cargill. Get it out the way. Get it out the way. Let's see what Jade Cargill can do in a world title match. She hasn't done shit to earn it. But if they do Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill, I'm not going to be mad. It is what it is. Whatever. Naomi. If Naomi gets announced to be in the Women's Money in the Bank, Naomi's the odds-on favorite. It's Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez. One of those three women are winning the Women's Money in the Bank, unless WWE wants to have Rhea Ripley win the Women's Money in the Bank, which I would not mind. I wouldn't even get mad about that. I love Rhea Ripley, mommy all day. You know what it is. But the people online are going to go fucking psycho if Rhea Ripley wins. Oh my God. Ripley Hogan, comparing her to Hulk Hogan. Not everybody's Hulk Hogan, people. And those people who do that are showing their true colors. Now, y'all weren't a Rhea Ripley fan from jump. Y'all are hoppers. That's what y'all do. Y'all hop from one trend to the next. You feel me? That's not me. I love Rhea Ripley. So if Rhea Ripley wins, great. Do I think Rhea Ripley needs the Women's Money in the Bank? Fuck no. She don't need that. But she's in it and she's a threat. So Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, or Naomi. One of those four. I don't give a fuck way nothing other two people. I don't give a fuck what the other two women are included in this Money in the Bank if it's going to be 6 people. If those 4 women are in there, which hopefully Naomi, one of those 4 women are winning the Money in the Bank. So we're going to see the Women's Money in the Bank winner. Woo, Triple H. Good luck, partner. Good luck, because you're going to piss a fan base off. I'm telling you that right now. And if Julia gets added, Charlotte Flair might be added. I don't know. And if Charlotte Flair is added, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, in my opinion, would cancel each other out. I want to point that out right now. If Charlotte Flair wins her triple threat match this Friday and Charlotte Flair gets added to the match with Alexa Bliss, I believe, me personally, both of those women are going to cancel each other out, or one of those two ladies are going to win the Women's Money in the Bank, and they're going to end it with a spot between Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. And if that happens, they're just going to go back to their try and true with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. But I'm a fan of Alexa Bliss. I am. And it's great to have her back, you know? But I believe the Money in the Bank needs to go to someone that's new and someone who hasn't won it and someone new. Now, Charlotte Flair hasn't won it, but, you know, it is what it is. Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Charlotte Flair, one of those women are going to win the Women's Money in the Bank. So I feel like the community needs to get ready to be pissed or excited for the Women's Money in the Bank. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on to the next topic. Let's talk about Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch. Now, this feud has been great. This feud has been fantastic. I was sweating bullets. I ain't gonna cap. I keep it P. I don't lie to y'all. I was nervous as shit when we seen the triple threat match between, you feel me, Roxanne Perez, Natalya, and Becky Lynch. I'm thinking, you know, Natalya is not... Natalya ain't winning this match, man. The new character that you know, Natalia has been doing on the indies with the blood sport. I like that persona, like the fighter type of MMA type of thing with Natalia. I like that. I hope she brings that to WWE TV, but more in a pro wrestling form. Like, yeah, I'm one of the best pro wrestlers ever of all time. Bring that persona, bring that character to WWE TV. I think that would be great for Natalia. But nobody ain't asking for Natalia, man. I'm just being honest. It's just my opinion. I'm just being honest. But Natalia was not going to win. It was more on Roxanne Perez or Becky Lynch. And when Lyra Valkyria came out, I was like, bruh, thank God. Thank God. I'm going to be real, bruh. I was so ecstatic when she came out, man. I really was super pumped, super ecstatic when she came out. And I was thinking to myself, like, fuck, finally. Like, finally, she came out. She did her thing. She actually has a character, a persona that she can do. And it's real. It's organic. It's not fake. None of that bullshit. You feel me? None of that fake bullshit that she's doing. It's real. It's organic. It's in your face. It's an actual character that people can, you know, get behind when it comes to Lyra Valkyria. And I've always been a fan of Lyra Valkyria. I want to get that out of the way right now. I have always been a fan of Lyra Valkyria. Always. Gotta drink some water, man. Whew. I always got my water when I'm recording, man. Gotta stay hydrated. So, Lyra Valkyria has always been a fan of mine. And when she came out and she took out Becky Lynch, I was like, let's go, bro. Like, let's go. I'm with it. Now, Lyra Valkyria did defeat Becky Lynch. Y'all remember that. At Backlash, she defeated Becky Lynch. I do believe that Becky Lynch is going to take that Intercontinental title away from Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria was definitely getting a sympathy card from the fans. So that's great. Great first step. Number 2, I want Becky Lynch to take that women's Intercontinental title away from Lyra Valkyria, but in a cheating form. I want Becky Lynch to cheat to win the title. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all, bro. I don't know what Becky Lynch, what more she needs to do as a heel, because the fans love Becky Lynch, but at the same time, I mean, she has boos here and there. She gets boos here and there, but it's not significant. It's not concrete. The fans are trying to figure out, should we really boo Becky Lynch? Why should we boo her? What's the mission statement? What's going on? You know what I mean? So I believe from an overall story standpoint, and to continue the story and to move it forward, Becky Lynch needs to win that title. We can be 1-1. And at the end of the day, Becky Lynch is going to put over, when the feud is all said and done, put over Lyra Valkyria and make Lyra Valkyria one of the future pillars of the women's division moving forward. I love that Lyra Valkyria is having some character development, showing some personality. I fuck with it. I'm a big fan of Lyra Valkyria. Shout out to you. You're killing it right now. And the feud is ultimately to get Lyra Valkyria to the next level. And I believe Becky Lynch is going to do a great job at doing so. So shout out to Becky Lynch. Shout out to Lyra Valkyria. Should be some good stuff, man. Should be some good stuff. I already talked about Jordynne Grace and Stephanie Vaquer. You know, it's time for Stephanie Vaquer to go up to the main roster. And for me, I believe she needs to be on Friday Night SmackDown. But I also want to talk about some things that I have been seeing on TikTok. And I want to end it by giving a couple of my opinions on some of the TikTok creators that I've been seeing in terms of the overall WWE product. And I want to see what type of opinions they're given and see if I agree or disagree and give my honest, I would say, responses to them. So let's get it started. So we are going to be talking about a couple things here, right? We're going to talk about a couple things. And the first thing that I want to talk about with you guys, let me pull them up real quick. Hold on one second, y'all. The part-time / old stars are carrying WWE right now, and without them, shows get stale. Do I agree with that? We're in the yes or no business, man. And that's just how I operate. Yes or no. I don't give any bullshit answers. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes to this. The part-time / old stars are carrying WWE right now, and without them, shows get stale. I completely agree. WWE is relying on the Roman Reigns, the CM Punks, the Seth Rollins, the Randy Ortons, the John Cenas. They're relying on them a little bit too much, and they need to really start creating new stars, man. I'll get to that in a little bit, actually. We're going to get to that right now. The next one, WWE needs to work on the next stars ASAP instead of having them in the mid-card with no storylines. We got a picture of Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, Montez Ford, and Austin Theory. Now, Austin Theory, speaking of Austin Theory, we are eventually going to get the split. Thank God it's happening. We are going to get the split between Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, and I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped that we're getting that. I love that we're getting that. I think it's great that we need to get it. And I think at the end of the day, it's what's the best for business of Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. I think that both of them really need to be split off. And for me, personally, I think Austin Theory is a guy that can be one of the futures of the WWE. Like, I genuinely believe that. And for WWE, I don't want to say they're fucking up on Austin Theory, because I don't want to say that. They're not fucking up Austin Theory. But it's like, when are you going, like when are you going to do it? You feel me? Like, we got to get this going. Carmelo Hayes, man, a lot of people are impatient with Carmelo Hayes, and I do understand that. I really understand people's impatience, because let's be real, Carmelo Hayes is on that level with Braun Breaker, bro. Like, the hate that we've been seeing with Braun Breaker is, to me, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna bullshit y'all. It's pretty crazy the amount of, I would say, disrespect, honestly, that, Carmelo Hayes has been getting when it comes to being on the main roster so far. I'm not really understanding what's going on, and the push that, he's been receiving. He's in the mid card. He's still doing stuff with the Miz, and that's cool, but we want to see Carmelo Hayes up on the next level. Triple H, he's a big fan of Carmelo Hayes, but it's all about timing, and I understand that. But, I would love to see Carmelo Hayes being in this Money in the Bank, and if he does, I would love for him to be a top candidate to win the match overall. I really would. I think Carmelo Hayes is a generational talent. He's him. You feel me? And I think Carmelo Hayes has a lot to bring to the table. Same thing with Braun Breaker. We know Braun Breaker is going to be the future. To me, he's the greatest player of all time. Braun Breaker is going to be perfectly fine. Austin Theory, it's time to push him up to the next level as a singles competitor, and I hope that happens. Montez Ford. I'm getting tired of kind of repeating myself with Montez Ford. I love Montez Ford. I'm a big fan of Montez Ford. The future is extremely bright for that dude, and I really want him to be in the singles competition. He has everything, the look, the mic skills. What are we doing? You feel me? What are we doing with Montez Ford? Angelo Dawkins can do stuff in the singles division too, man. Like, they really can do some stuff to, together that they've been doing, but they can do stuff separately as well. I want to see both of them, you know what I mean, get pushed and start doing things in the singles division, man. I really want to see where both of them can go in the singles ranks. But we'll see what happens. Let's get to the next one. Like I said, this was earlier. Raw and SmackDown are boring and repetitive, which needs to change. I do agree with that. They're pretty boring and repetitive right now. Good things. They do good things, but sometimes majority of it is pretty bad. And it's not bad. It's just the word boring is getting thrown around a lot. And that's what I feel like majority of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown is. It's pretty boring. Drew McIntyre needs to get out of the mid-card and compete for the world title. I'm going to keep this short and sweet and say that we do know this. This needs to happen. Drew McIntyre deserves to be in the main event scene. Just because WWE signs ex-AEW talents doesn't mean they're top stars. This is Penta. This is Rey Fenix, Aleister Black, and Miro, a.k.a. Rusev. Bro, y'all motherfuckers gotta be patient with this shit. Like, what are y'all doing? They just came back. Be patient. Let's wait a couple months. Wait 2 months. Let's see where they're at. And then we can reassess. Listen, everybody's impatient. I understand. Everybody wants instant gratification. Like, I get it. I understand it. But let's wait and see how WWE is going to utilize, all 4 of these men. I mean, right now, Penta's being used perfectly. Penta's being used tremendously. Let's hope Aleister Black, Miro, and Rey Fenix are in the same ballpark. Let's wait and see on that one, man. Let's wait and see. Tiffany Stratton needs to lose the title and be booked better with her character and work on the mic. We all know that Tiffany Stratton is great in the ring. Okay? This is me talking. This is me giving you my opinion. We all know she's great in the ring. On the mic, she does need to improve. On the mic, she does need to improve. She's very attractive. Very attractive. She has a great look. We know that. So great look. In the ring, she's great. Personality, and microphone ability does need to improve. I would say this is a good trial run for Tiffany Stratton so far. It's been going okay for me. I'm a big Tiffy fan. Tiffy time all the time. Y'all know that. If you're new, Tiffy time all the time. Come on now. Here's the reality. Here's the truth. I'm going to nail some gossip on you guys. Y'all want the truth? Y'all want the real talk on the Wrestling Takeover? I got y'all. Don't trip. Tiffany Stratton has not had that real personal feud. That Charlotte Flair shit, whack as hell. That shit was whack as hell, cuz. I ain't gonna cap. That shit was whack. That wasn't what I was talking about. She needs a real personal rivalry with somebody. Somebody that is going to make her better if she wins or if she loses. She has not had that so far as champion. So she really needs that. She needs that John Cena to her edge. She needs that John Cena to the Randy Orton, to the CM Punks, to the Rocks. That's what Tiffany Stratton needs right now. Because right now she hasn't gotten it. She hasn't gotten it. That's just me. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. But she hasn't gotten it so far. So, we'll wait and see how that's going to go. So, who knows? But, yeah, we'll wait and see. But she needs to get a rivalry like that real soon. I'm a big fan of Tiffany Stratton. The future is real bright for this girl. She's real good. Solo Sikoa is now basically a jobber and needs to have better storylines. I mean, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Jacob Fatu surpassed Solo Sikoa. Now, Solo Sikoa is adding character development, adding some personality and storylines with it. I fuck with it heavy. But is it too late for Solo? I don't know. I'm not the person to ask that question. I'm not booking the show. But I like Solo. I'm a fan of Solo and what he brings to the table. I need more of that personality because I know he has it. Just by looking at him, I know he has it. So I need more of that. So we'll wait and see. This one is hilarious. I'm going to end it with this. I'm going to end the episode with this, guys, or the video with this. Rhea Ripley is stale and needs a new character instead of wanting the title. Man, this has been going on for a very, very long time with people in the community. They're not fucking with Rhea Ripley, bro. None of y'all are fucking with Rhea Ripley, man. I don't understand. I don't understand it. I'm a fan of Rhea Ripley. I'm a big fan of Rhea Ripley and what she brings to the table. And for people, let me see. How do I put this? It's crazy to me, like I said, how people are turning on Rhea Ripley. People are turning on Rhea Ripley. People aren't a fan of Rhea Ripley, this and that. Blah, 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 this. Blah, 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 that. I think Rhea Ripley's great. Do I think Rhea Ripley always needs to be in the world title? Fuck no. Fuck no. She doesn't always need to be in the world title. You know, compared to Hulk Hogan, this and that, and John Cena, and come on, y'all, like, stop. Just stop, bro. I understand why people are concerned and why they're frustrated with it, because it is glaring. You know, it is obvious. It just seems like, I've been saying it with Charlotte Flair too, like, it just seems like they don't know what to do with them outside of having them be in the world title. So it seems that they're doing the same thing with Rhea Ripley. But Rhea Ripley's a megastar. She deserves to be on the world title. Same with Charlotte, but she don't have all the title reigns like Charlotte. So that's why the perception is different with Charlotte Flair than Rhea Ripley. I mean, where would you put Rhea Ripley? If she's not in the world title scene, where are you going to put Rhea Ripley? That's up to the writers, right? That's up to the writers. So they got to come up with something outside of the world title with Rhea Ripley, but she's in the world title scene because she's in the Money in the Bank. So, yeah, I don't know. I think she's going to face Io no matter what, if she wins or loses. If she wins, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to laugh. If Rhea Ripley wins the women's Money in the Bank, am I going to be mad? No, because I'm a fan of Rhea Ripley. Am I going to understand why people are upset? Yes. I'm going to understand clearly. So, yeah, we'll wait and see. I'm curious to see how things are going to transpire with this, how things are going to be ramping up in regards to Rhea Ripley, and if Rhea Ripley is going to win the women's Money in the Bank or be a part of what's going on. Yeah, it's going to be real interesting to see how things are going to, I would say, transpire with Rhea Ripley, and if she's going to win the women's Money in the Bank. I'm going to be super curious if she wins to see people's reactions. So let me know what you guys think of this video on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/JTTakeover/videos. Leave me a comment down below on what y'all thought on today's brand new episode, man. I'm going to just go as long as I want to when it comes to this casual conversation, talking all things WWE. I might go short. I might go long. It depends. It really depends. I do appreciate you guys listening on YouTube. I want to put all my effort into really just establishing myself on YouTube. So be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/JTTakeover/videos. Also, leave me a comment down below on what y'all thought on today's episode. Spread the word of the Wrestling Takeover podcast. Word of mouth goes a long way. Let's get those likes up, you guys. Let's get those likes up. If you guys enjoy what you hear, be sure, I'm going to just continue to iterate it and say it a lot. Be sure to like the video. Let's get those algorithms up on YouTube. Yeah, man, let's get those likes up. So please make sure to like the video and comment down below. I will be responding to your guys' comments. I want to get interactive with you guys. So if you guys comment, I will be responding to you guys. On Spotify, be sure to follow. Be sure to rate the podcast 5 stars. I appreciate y'all tapping in on Spotify. Same goes with Apple Podcast. Google Play, and iHeartRadio. Follow your boy on X at JT Takeover. Same thing on Instagram, but it's at the Wrestling Takeover. And I appreciate y'all tapping in. Listen, I keep it real on the podcast all the time. I keep it real on the Wrestling Takeover podcast. Listen, this is the most creative and honest podcast in the space, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in. I'll see you guys for a brand new video coming later this week. I'll see y'all later.